back from AX. So in terms of the AX 2026 experience, out of the 5 times I've gone to the convention so far, this year would probably be ranked 4th. Not to say that I didn't enjoy myself. I enjoy myself every time I go to AX, but in terms of the convention travel experience, they did not have a good hold on the organization when it came to lines. I didn't actually buy anything from the Artist Alley this year. It's ridiculous. I went down into the Artist Alley once on the 3rd day for approximately like 12 minutes. And 10 minutes of that was me trying to get out of the Artist Alley. I enter the Artist Alley and I'm like, all right, can't wait to buy some prints. I tried to go down my first aisle and I immediately wanted to leave. It was so overcrowded. The heat is terrible down there. And the amount of walking space you have between people who are actually standing in front of the booths trying to observe the artwork and then people who are trying to get past and get through. Oh, it was terrible this year. It also didn't help the fact that there were multiple booths down there that pretty much weren't artist booths anyways, like a couple of like Pokemon scalpers, prize figure booths trying to rip off people. I'm sure some of you guys have saw the pictures online where a booth was trying to sell Uma Musume prize figures for like 200 bucks. Ridiculous. And apparently some person actually ended up buying them. Rip to that guy's wallet because you got ripped off. Anime conventions are like ground zero for not buying anime figures. If you're new to this channel, never buy anime figures at conventions unless they're from first party companies like Good Smile, Aniplex, Crunchyroll. Because if you're buying from third-party stores or even local stores, 98% chance you're getting ripped off. Anyways, it was a pretty decent experience. I'm not gonna go too much into the whole shebang. I didn't actually record that much footage, but a couple of booths were pretty cool. Like I saw Kotobukiya's. They had a whole bunch of Uma Musume figures there and a whole bunch of trail stuff. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of trail, so that was really nice to see. We'll start off with the big Ami Ami bag, which by the way, Ami Ami, great job on the bag design this year. It looks beautiful. Got their beautiful mascots on the front. Then on the back, you pretty much just have some Nikkei merch. You have the 6 Nikkei Fumos and a couple of Doro merchandise down here. I find it hilarious that they have 6 Fumos here for Nikkei, but they were only selling 2. The other 4 were not there, unfortunately. A majority of the merchandise in this bag are the items that I bought from Yostar's booth, not really Ami Ami's. Ami Ami, I only bought like 2 things. Ami Ami's booth, it was pretty cool this year, I guess. They usually have like a walk-in type store kind of booth. So you would go in there, you can see they have a bunch of like shelving units with a bunch of merchandise. I even saw the Cinderella figure with the 1/4 from Hobby Sakura there. That box is huge, my God. I wasn't gonna buy that one because there was no way I was getting that home on the plane. I mean, sure, I could ship it back to myself, but that would have costed like an arm and a leg, no thanks. I left the booth and then I came back an hour later and it was gone. So someone actually ended up buying it. Kudos to that guy. First 2 things I bought. The Nikkei Fumos, we have Snow White and Red Hood. Of course, you guys know how to buy these, so. I unfortunately didn't buy any other Nikkei merch. These 2 Fumos were like the only thing I bought because according to Nikkei's merchandise catalog for AX, they weren't selling anything I was interested in. I did not care for a single item of the merchandise. So I didn't actually visit their booth this year, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. If you couldn't tell already, I go to these conventions to mainly scout out for merchandise. I'm not really that much of a panels guy or anything like that. So after I'm done buying merch for the day, I like skedaddle. We also got like a little Fumo card, very nice. And a little Fumo sticker, I guess. Also got this lanyard, Ami Ami and Gift, Plushie World Tour, Fumo Life. Nice, I like that. Arknight stuff. So I got this Arknight shirt. It's a nice white shirt. It has a little pocket here on the left side, which actually has a Mia there. I don't know if you can see that very well, actually. Then on the back, you just have Arknights. Super dope. In fact, Arknight's PC client is coming out in a few days. I'm super excited for that. I can finally say goodbye to Google Play Games, my God. We got 2 plushies of Surtur and Wizardel. Adorable. There's so many I need to get, but they're so expensive. I picked up the little posable plushie of Amiya. This is pretty much the same thing as the Logos one that I opened up in the last video. Let me grab him here, as you can see. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. Absolutely adorable. Picked up these 2 little hanging plushies from Arknights. So we got Exia and Kyobei. These pretty much just hang off stuff. So like if you find something you want to hang this onto, hopefully you can just stick it on there and it hangs off. Pretty cool. I also picked up these 3 little keychain plushies. We got Wizardel, Teresa, and Tallulah. I'll probably hang one of these in the car. Yeah, these are super adorable. When do you think Tallulah will become a playable operator? I mean, CN got closure recently, so it's only a matter of time, right? right? Also got a little freebie fan of Exia right here. Very nice. I adore this outfit, by the way. She looks so good. I wish this was an actual in-game skin I could use on the character. My God. A couple of more Arknights freebies. So we have a little postcard. Exia, Thorns, Amiya, and Masuma. They all look so good here. Arknights has so many like little illustrations of characters like this and superb outfits, but they're not in-game skins, which is unfortunate. And then I also got a freebie Thorns tin badge. Unfortunately, they ran out of Amiya, Exia, and Masuma, so I only got Thorns. But I mean, I like Thorns, he's cool. Last up for the Arknight stuff, we got a whole bunch of character metal pins. All right, so we got Texas and Lapland. I normally wouldn't buy like these character metal pins at all, but these were so cute, plus their ears actually move. As you can see, that's adorable. And then we also got another duo pair of Paraminix and Silver Ash. They're altar variants. And again, their ears move. Arturia, or Virtuosa, I should say. This lady really needs a figurine. I mean, she's getting one of like when she was younger, but like I need an actual figure of her, please. Last up, we have a few Azur Lane things. So I got a little freebie postcard here. You get a Azur Lane sash. This looks pretty cool. And then a big Musashi plushie. My God, look how big her tails are. So fluffy. Yeah. I think my only nitpick about this plushie is that her legs are like super long, but that's about it. Next up, we have Hoyoverse. So this is HSR's bag this year. They had Himiko, of course. Now, I do have some merch from there, but I didn't actually go to the Hoyoverse booth this year because I try to stay far away from that section of the convention. The moment that convention opens up, everyone starts rushing for the Hoyoverse booth. And then the line immediately gets capped like 2 minutes in, and then it stays capped pretty much the entire rest of the day. So it's a little bit hard to get in there. Because the friend who I got to actually buy some stuff from me there, because he was adamant about getting inside all of the Hoyoverse stuff. And I was like, if you're gonna go in there, buy some stuff from me. He's like, sure, no problem. So luckily I didn't have to line up at all, but it was probably a shit show for him because he told me he got kicked out like 6 times trying to line up. Got a little freebie fan of Anbi, of course. And then I ended up picking up these 2 little pin badges of Evelyn and Astra. So, you know, I wanted something ZZZ. And that's what I ended up with. At HSR's booth, I got 2 Gilgamesh holographic ticket bookmark things. They were pretty much giving the same things away last year when it came to Saber and Archers, except Gilgamesh and Rin. I swear I had a Rin one, but I think one of my friends switched out theirs and just gave me another Gilgamesh. So unfortunately I have 2 half-naked men. So there you go. But at the HSR booth, the #1 thing I wanted was this little bad girl right here. The Sparkle Bomb Doll plushie. Ever since I saw the Sparkle Bomb Dolls in the game, I've been wanting an actual plushie ever since, and Hoyoverse finally got off their asses and actually made one. So super happy to have this finally. The only issue with this plushie is that it was $100. These companies love overcharging for plushies. They were also selling a Robin and Firefly plushie. So I told my friend, if they have Firefly, get it. If they don't worry about it. So he sends me a message and said, oh, sorry, man, Firefly's out of stock. And I was like, oh, thank God, I don't have to spend another $100 because the 2 other plushies were also $100. And then he sends me a message 2 minutes later saying, he got me the Firefly. And then he's like, do you still want Robin? And I immediately said, no, do not get me Robin. Because look how big this thing is. Her head is absolutely massive. I probably wouldn't have been able to fit Robin. Which brings me to another point. Fitting all of this into my 1 carry-on bag and my backpack was ridiculous. I was panicking the night before to see how much stuff I could actually pack because I did not want to ship stuff out or buy another suitcase for check-in luggage. Like, nah, I want to travel as light as possible, but I managed to do it. Oh, funny enough, I didn't actually notice, but she does come with a little photo card here on the bottom, as well as a little keychain thing. That's super nice. I don't know what that says in Chinese, but... And then the last 2 things I got were a U-Green Yao Guang. It's just a Star Rail fan. They were selling the U-Green stuff there too, which I thought was pretty cool. I mean, I already got it sent for the video before, so I didn't really need to buy anything from there, but yeah. Then I also got a little postcard of Blade, which has a code on the back that was apparently valid only until July 13th, which is way past that time now, so that's unfortunate, but whatever. All right, now saving grace though, even though I didn't go to the artist alley this year, I did end up buying some prints still because an artist actually was doing pre-orders. She wasn't going to be selling prints at the convention, but she was going to be doing pre-orders. So if you were interested, you could pre-order online before. And then when you go to the convention at the booth she was going to be guesting at, you could pick up some prints there. And that's what I did. All right, so there's not that many. I only bought like 4 prints, but here you go. #1, we have Noir and Blanc from Nikkei. Very pretty. Artist is Ruka, by the way. We have another Nikkei print of D Killer Wife. I absolutely love this one. Just like she's in a grocery store buying some stuff. Yeah, she looks really good there. Then I have another Nikkei print of Bay. This one's super hot, goddamn. Love how she did the water here. And then the last up is probably my favorite print out of the 4. We have New Jersey Race Queen version. Oh my god, she looks gorgeous. Speaking of, New Jersey is actually getting a Race Queen figure from Apex that was announced at Wonder Festival not too long ago. So, super excited for that figurine. We have Wuthering Waves merch. So here's the bag for Wuthering Waves. You got Camellia on the front, Found You, very cute. First off, we have this little chunky cat Nesselberry thing, a female rover. They had a Chong-Li one as well, but by the time I actually got to the Wuthering Waves booth, they were sold out of her, so unfortunately was not able to get her, but I got this one. Look at this fat thing. Picked up a little small plushie of Zanny, of course. I wanted something Zanny because she's one of my favorite characters, so I ended up picking up this. Super cute. Wanted something of Galbrenna, so I ended up getting this little Shikashi art print. I'm not like a huge fan of acrylic stands, so I could have gotten an acrylic stand of her, but next thing, I got a little pin badge of female rover. I got 3 little clear character cards of Amith, Luke, and female rover again. Very pretty. Oh, which by the way, finally managed to get Amith. I did 1 single 10 pull on her rerun banner here yesterday and managed to get her. Very nice. Now I just have to get her weapon. Then I got these little 2 phone holder things of Chong-Li and Shorekeeper. Honestly, these are just little accessories you can hang on anything as long as you can get the hooks on the back to go onto them. So these are super cute. Couple of freebies with my purchases. So we have 2 keychains of Sui Sui and Yang Yang. These are adorable. Love them. I don't know what this is. I would assume it's a coaster. Maybe? I don't know. Female rover, cat version. Picked up Wuthering Waves first anniversary tapestry. So take that box off. We have a little print of the illustration here. And then we have the big thing. This thing is massive, by the way. I have no idea where I'm gonna put this. So it comes in like a little sleeve here. Let's pull this out. See how big this thing is. Oh my god. It is still going. Yeah. Well, that's how long it is. I have no idea where I'm gonna hang this. All right, now we're moving on to the final item, which is the most expensive thing I bought at the con this year. It's a Wuthering Waves keyboard. This is the Uno one. They actually also had an Augusta one as well, but I personally just dig the white blue color scheme more so than the red. Here's a picture of how I ended up packing it. It pretty much stuck out of my backpack. I was worried that someone at TSA was gonna give me a hard time about it, but fortunately no one did. The one bad thing about this keyboard I will say is that it's full sized. It's not TKL. So I still don't know if I'm actually gonna be swapping this out as my main keyboard because I still like my Bremerton one from Azur Lane. So let's open her up here. Take that off. We have just like the keyboard cover slip. All right, so inside the box, you get a couple of other things too. So you have a wrist rest, which is super nice. You also get a keycap puller, an additional space bar with Uno on it, 2 additional enter keys actually. You have one with just the enter and then another one with Uno on it. And then you also got the USB-C cable, nice braided cable actually, and it's a side cable too, so that's pretty nice. Oh, would you look at that? This thing looks sick. Oh my god, nice blue color theme. You have like a metal handle on the top, which I guess is useful in this scenario when I'm holding it up, but when you have it on a desk, I think this kind of would get in the way a little bit. And you have like this blue border thing, which can come off. There you go. The function keys is pretty much just the forms of the moon. Very nice. You get the numpad, which I haven't had on a keyboard in like over 10 years. And then you have a mini LCD screen on the right side of the numpad. And then you also got a knob. Very nice tactile feel. Oh, and you can also press it, so pretty nice. Have USB, 2.4 gigahertz, and Bluetooth. So there's a dongle here for the 2.4 gigahertz. So Type-C port, and then a Mac Windows switch. So now the moment you've all been waiting for, let's pop the legs out. Again, I don't know if I'm going to be switching this over to my main keyboard because it is quite big. Like if I could just chop this side in half, that'd be great, but it is what it is. So yeah, that was the AX merch for 2026. Hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of plushies this year. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.